It's Alex with Kelowna Now. I am here with George and Trudy Heiss of Grey Monk Winery. Can you talk a little bit about the year that you're celebrating? It's kind of a triply amazing year for you and the winery.
Well, it's 35, 45, 55. 35 years for the winery, 45 years when we started the vineyard, and 55 years being married. So,
Out of those three, what has been the best one?
Well, of course, I have to say the first one. But George always says every 10 years he does something stupid. I said, thank God I was first.
That's great. So can you talk about back when you started the winery? What was that like?
Well, first we grew grapes for the commercial wineries. And then we were growing fantastic grapes, actually. And we sort of didn't like what they were doing with our nice grapes. So I came back from a tasting in Vancouver. And I said, I think we can do better than that. And that's the sentence that got us into all the trouble we're in today. Well, we started first on the building lower down, which is today the restaurant. And then we outgrew all the space. And we used to have 4 or 5 people in a 14 by 14 foot room. We'd fight over the desk that was in there. And then we built this 9 years ago, this building. And even that is getting full. You know, people keep coming and they like the wines and they like to visit and the view and the lake and, you know. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, it's... So we've grown as we went and as the years went on and just got bigger and bigger, but we don't want to get any bigger now.
What was the wine industry like when you first got started compared to now?
well, it was mainly the commercial wineries, and we were the third estate winery to open up. So it was mainly the large commercial wineries. So it was a totally different playing field.
The industry's just blossomed and it's nice to see. It's really nice to see. And the people are enjoying the product that we grow in this valley, you know, and in the province. So, yeah, I think it's a pretty successful story. So,
How do you think BC wine, Okanagan wine in particular, compares to wine of the rest of the world?
I think we can compete very easily with them. In some cases, we have advantages over them. First of all, we've got better soils than in a lot of places. If you take Europe, for instance, some of those vineyards, there have been vineyards on the same piece of dirt for 2,000 years. So the soil is depleted because there's certain things you cannot put back in. So our soils are basically virgin soils. So we have really, we find that compared to the European grapes, we get more flavors in them.
Through the years, what has been your proudest accomplishment?
well, there were lots. There were a lot of good things. We got some really great awards from our peers, and I think most of it is the respect that we feel from the rest of the industry. And now they come and ask us things, you know, what happened a long time ago, like you're asking, and so on. But I think it's, for us, it's just to show that what can be done if you work hard and you believe. And I think that's a message for the young people, especially, that, you know, people always say you're so lucky. And I always say, well, the harder we work, the luckier we got.
What has been the best part about being in business with your husband through all these years?
Well, we get along actually really well. We never have arguments personally. If there's, it's usually the stress from the business. But we both work very, very differently. But we know what each one is doing. And one thing that George has always done is given me the power to do my thing, and I kind of let him do his thing.
Well, like Rudy said, we get along really well. We've actually been working together ever since we met. So we're together 24 hours a day, and a lot of people shake their head and said, how do you do that? But no, it's easy. It's easy. You know, it really is. And then she has strengths which I don't have. I have strengths which she doesn't have.
To see people coming in and tasting the wine and really enjoying the product that we work very hard to make. And when they go, this is good, that's like a gold medal. That's more of a gold medal than what you see on the walls here. But yeah, it's been a very, very successful business and pretty good life so far.